How to return stock to a supplier in AAAPOS RetailManager. In RetailManager, returned goods refers to goods you are returning to a supplier. These could be goods you have received damaged from the supplier, faulty goods, goods that you didn't order, and so on. It is common practice that you need a returns authorization form from your supplier to be able to return goods to that supplier. You may want to check that you have the authorization before you send the goods back. To return goods to a supplier, go to the transaction menu and choose Returned Goods, or press F8. The Returned Goods window appears. Enter your staff number in the staff field, and then enter the supplier number in the supplier field. Enter the supplier's return authorization number in the return authorization number field. Scan or type the barcode of the product you want to return to the supplier in the code field and press Enter. Select the invoice. If there is a record of you having been supplied this product from this supplier, the invoice numbers will be displayed in the invoice field. If the product has been supplied to you on more than one invoice, the most recent invoice number is displayed by default. Use the arrow keys to scroll back through the invoice numbers to select the required invoice. You can also choose to leave this field blank. Please note, if no invoice number is displayed in the invoice field, then this product has either never been recorded as supplied to you by this supplier, or Use Current Cost in Goods Returned option is selected under the Other tab. As you scroll through the invoice numbers, the invoice unit cost of the product for each invoice is displayed in the unit cost field. You can change the unit cost that you are claiming for the returned product. Make sure that the tax code displayed in the tax field is the same one used by the supplier when this item was supplied. Enter the quantity of the product you are returning in the quantity field and press Enter. To edit a line in the grid, select it and press Enter. This brings the item to the product details line, ready for editing. Enter an explanation of why you are returning the product, or any other comments about the return in the comments field. Press Enter again and commit the transaction. A returned goods advice note is printed, unless you have selected not to print one in the printing options window. If you want to print more than one copy of every returned goods advice note, for example to send one to the supplier and keep a hard copy on file, choose Reprint Returned Goods from the Tools menu, or set RetailManager to print 2 copies of the returned goods docket. If you are exporting your data to your MYOB or Xero Business Management software, returned goods will appear as journal entries in Settle Returns and Debits in your MYOB or Xero Business Management software. If the goods you are returning have serial numbers you are tracking, ensure you enter the appropriate serial number information.